Hi, I'm Crystal Obi, and I want to welcome you again to the Happy Hair Mentoring Program. Today, I want to remind you to nourish yourself. Now, one way that you nourish yourself is by continuing to walk through this book that we've prepared for you. It's called It's My Prerogative, My Hair, My Way Every Day. Every minute that you spend taking the time and reading every word in this book is time that you are investing in yourself and loving on yourself. And that is so important to remember. You want to take time every day to do things that make you feel really great and that help you to progress in the goals that you have. And that's why I'm here all the time for you, trying to help you and remind you of that. And so included in the book, we have the routine that you need, and we have lots of encouragement and stories and just all the tools and resources that you need to be able to have a really great hair routine. So we're going to continue walking through that today, and we're going to talk about the Crusader responsive path. And so, we have 4 different responsive paths of how you respond to the natural hair, the black hair market. And depending on the path that you choose, depends on the results that you get on your hair, and it makes a difference on the response that you get from the public and just the overall experience that you have on your journey. And so if you are a Crusader, then a few things that you want to remember is the first thing that the way you look at the world is you want to save the world. And so the Crusader is a great person to have around because you end up making things happen. You are like, I want to save the world, and you believe that the reason why we have problems, the reason why we're behind, things like that, is because people are lazy. You think that you're going to go and encourage enough people, and you're going to make them, get up, stand up, and take control and change their lives. And so you are just the ultimate, cheerleader that's going to help us get results. And you also think that people have a lack of knowledge. So you're talking to friends and you're like, hey, if you just get up and follow this program, stop being lazy, you get results. And then if you would just read this book or, learn this program, then you would get results. And so you're always the one, go at work, at school, at church, whatever, telling people about all the latest, greatest things and just really trying to help them get results. And they know that you care and they know that you want them to win. And so you think that, and then you also think that people just have a lack of self-respect. You think, hey, why wouldn't somebody want to do better for themselves? Why wouldn't somebody want to take the time to learn and grow and get results? And so you just have a lot of passion, and it takes a Crusader to really start moving the needle in any topic. It doesn't matter if we're talking about hair, it doesn't matter if we're talking about, civil rights or whatever. We need Crusaders. So if you're a Crusader, I'm so glad to be spending time with you today. Or if you know a Crusader, I want you to encourage them because they really care and they're so full of passion, and that is wonderful. And so the next thing you want to remember is that a Crusader can become overwhelmed and can become overwhelming. And so by overwhelmed, I mean, if you're out looking at all the information and checking, all the updates and checking just all the advancements, it can just be like information overload. It's kind of like whenever you hear too much news and you're just like, you don't even know what to think about the world anymore because you've been watching the news so much. And so a Crusader can become overwhelmed with all the information that's available, all the stories, and just being in the thick of it. And so sometimes you just need to take a step back and just realize that, you have to be intense in order to continue getting progress, but sometimes you need to just, relax and realize that it's a group effort. There's other people working on different sides, and that, in order to get results yourself, you need to take care of yourself. We can't have you overwhelmed and, burnt out. So you need to really take care of yourself. And so don't become overwhelmed. And the other side of that is becoming overwhelming. So if you have a coworker and you're always telling them everything you've learned about hair and everything you're trying and everything you're doing, sometimes it can become just overwhelming. I mean, if you have a friend who's a Crusader, that's the girl who's always telling you all these new things and always giving you the updates. And sometimes, you're interested and you're glad to hear it. And then sometimes you just want to talk about something else. And so just remember, if you're a Crusader, that your passion is welcomed a lot of times, and then sometimes it could just be a little bit too much. So just kind of just know your audience and just remember that. And that's just something I just want to remind you of. And if you know a Crusader, just remember the only reason why they talk to their blue in the face telling you is because they want you to be successful. So, you know, sharing is caring, and the more they share, the more they care. And so just remember that, and just, you know, hey, it's all respect, it's all love. Let's just all, you know, get along and help each other. And so they, you know, as a Crusader, you can also be super confident, because one thing is whenever you have information and maybe you're implementing the things that you're learning yourself, you become confident. And so a Crusader is usually very confident. And so whenever you have a confident Crusader, that's a good person to link up with, who can help you get the results that you need in any area of life. So the confidence is just a really great benefit. And then another thing to remember is that Crusaders need an outlet. So if you're doing all this research and, like we talk about in the book, making your hair journey a new part-time job, then you really need an outlet. And one thing I like to recommend is for you to, you know, get involved with mentoring, you know, younger girls, or some kind of regular way that you can share this information and not just be so pregnant with information and passion that you become overwhelmed and you become overwhelming. And so get an outlet that you can regularly share, that you can regularly flow through that information, and then also take care of yourself. So get a regular place for outflow, but remember to have a self-care regimen so that you don't become burnt out. And we, of course, we talk about that in the book, and that's what we talk about all the time, every time we get together. And so two things I want to remind you about is, the first is our Rebirth Peppermint and Tea Tree Deep Wash. This is really great for your scalp, and I want to make sure that as you're crusading for other people, that you take really good care of your scalp. And people love this because it tingles and it just really smells great, and men especially love it too. But it's a really great clarifier, and it's going to make sure that you continue to get the styles that you want. And then also we have our Resurrection Miracle Mask treatment, which is a keratin and botanical blend. So it strengthens your hair and conditions your hair. And so it's gonna make sure that your hair looks fabulous from both ends. You're gonna have strong hair, and you're gonna have soft hair. And that is what we're looking for, is really healthy hair that's easy to manage and easy to style. And so all of our products are salon grade. We make sure to take really good care of you. We provide the great information that you need, and we provide the products that you need so that you can continue going out there crusading with your family, your friends, and your neighbors, and just the whole world. And so we're here to make sure that you don't get burnt out, and to make sure that you don't pour out so much that you have nothing left to give. And so today I want to remind you to just sometimes just do nothing. Between now and the next time we get together, I want you to take some time and just do nothing. That is your assignment. As a Crusader, you have no problem having a list of things to do and being busy and being passionate. And so your assignment is to just do nothing. So I'm Chris Olobi, and I will see you next time in the Happy Hair Mentoring Program. And I want to hear back about how you just did nothing. Bye-bye.